The Odor, starring Jaffa Benson, A Strong Smell, an Epidemic, written and directed by Mr. Chips.
Disclaimer. The following area contains smells so potent they may cause spontaneous napping, temporary loss of consciousness, or a desperate search for fresh air. Please proceed with caution. We are not responsible for fainting, dizziness, or excessive face scrunching. Gas masks are optional but recommended.
Jaffa Benson was a YouTuber like no other. His niche? Oddly enough, it wasn't his content or personality that set him apart. It was his scent. Known for his live streams and unfiltered commentary, his online presence grew, but his real-world reputation took a different turn. It started innocently enough. Jaffa Benson, a man of questionable hygiene habits, hadn't taken a shower in what he jokingly referred to as a little while. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and eventually Benson became something of a walking legend. His fans joked about it on his live streams, teasing him for his steamy aura, but none of them truly understood the magnitude of the situation. One fateful day, Jaffa Benson decided to step outside his house, a rare occurrence. The second he walked out the door, something strange happened. The neighbor's cat, perched on the fence, froze. Its eyes went wide, and before Benson could even take another step, the cat collapsed, limbs sprawled out as if struck by an invisible force. "That's weird," Jaffa Benson muttered, oblivious, and continued walking down the street. As he passed by, a jogger who had been steadily running suddenly stumbled, clutched his chest, and dropped face first into the pavement. A couple on a nearby bench fainted mid-conversation, the woman's ice cream cone falling limply from her hand. Squirrels tumbled from trees, birds dropped out of the sky, and a delivery man tripped over his own unconscious body. At first, Jaffa Benson didn't notice anything amiss. He had his noise-canceling headphones on, after all, and was too busy mumbling to himself about his next video. But then, as he reached the town square, something bizarre happened. Absolute silence. Not a single human, animal, or even insect seemed to be around. It was like a ghost town, eerie and unnerving. He glanced around, confused. "Where is everybody?" he wondered aloud. Then it hit him. Literally. The breeze shifted, wafting the full force of his own stench directly into his face. He recoiled, coughing, but there was no escape. His body odor had reached an ungodly potency. It was no longer just a smell, it was a weapon, a toxic force that felled every living thing in his path. The police got involved, of course. A mysterious wave of pass-outs had swept the town, and no one could explain it. The town's medical professionals were baffled, treating people for what they called olfactory-induced comas, an unheard-of phenomenon. But as soon as Jaffa Benson approached the scene of the investigation, the police chief's eyes rolled back, and he crumpled to the ground. Paramedics, passers-by, even the reporters covering the event, none stood a chance. Benson, however, remained blissfully unaware of his impact. By the time he made it back home, the entire town was in lockdown. Emergency services issued a warning. Do not leave your homes if you value your sense of smell or your consciousness. Stay indoors and ventilate at all costs. He logged back onto his live stream, chuckling to himself. "Man, it's dead out there," he said, shaking his head. "Anyway, who's ready for some Fortnite?" His chat, filled with viewers who had no idea the chaos their favorite YouTuber was causing, spammed messages. "Benson, go outside more. LOL, bet you still haven't showered." And Benson, wiping his forehead with his already stained sleeve, grinned. "Nah, who needs it? Keeps me unique." Somewhere, miles away, even a poor, unsuspecting cow grazing in a distant field suddenly tipped over, unconscious. The legend of Jaffa Benson grew from there. No one ever caught on that the cause of the town-wide fainting epidemic was their beloved YouTuber. But Benson? He lived his life happily, blissfully unaware that his odor had become the stuff of local legends, a curse that left everything in his wake crumpled on the ground, as limp as his sense of hygiene.
Time to go ghost and fix everything. In silence, I'll rebuild.